Me and many others grew up playing the PSP, the PS Vita, and with the disappointing launch of the PS Portal, many PlayStation fans, including me, have been wanting a new PlayStation handheld, and it looks like we might get it. So in this video, we're going to be going over all leaked information about the new PlayStation handheld. So the first time we heard about this was back in April of 2024, with multiple sources including Bloomberg reporting that a new PlayStation handheld was in the early stages of development and was likely years away. We also know the codename for this handheld is Canis, and the handheld is expected to be powered by a custom AMD APU and will reportedly include a Zen 6 APU, which will support AI upscaling, potentially using Sony's PSSR, which makes sense because Sony and AMD have had a very close relationship since the development of the PS4. So it would make sense for them to go with AMD. Plus, you have AMD's APUs in both the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally X. The handheld will allegedly deliver performance between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and will run PS4 games natively and PS5 games in their low power preset to make those said PS5 games less demanding on the handheld. Which also makes sense because PlayStation is currently working with developers to have certain PS5 games run in this low power mode on the PS5, which would cut down the PS5's power consumption and in return have the games be less demanding on the PS5. And Sony talks about all this in their PlayStation blog post. So theoretically, the new PlayStation handheld can run PS5 games, but it'll be in their low power mode preset so they actually can run on the handheld. Now, looking at the full specs list, which I'm not a big tech guy, so bear with me here, the new handheld looks to have a slight edge on the new Xbox ROG Ally X. Looking at the APU, which for people who don't know what an APU is, it's when you combine the functionality of a GPU and a CPU. And the APU on the Xbox ROG Ally X uses a Zen 5 APU. And the new PlayStation handheld will use a Zen 6 APU, which currently isn't even available and is expected to release in 2026. And then looking at the RAM/memory, the ROG Ally X uses 24GB of DDR5X at 8,000 megabytes per second, and the PlayStation handheld will use 48GB of DDR5X at 8,500 megabytes per second. So it does look like this new PlayStation handheld will be slightly more powerful than the Xbox ROG Ally X. But what's the price? Because the Xbox ROG Ally X is a whopping $1,000. Like, that's kind of crazy. So what is this handheld going to cost? Well, analysts estimate the price will be at $500 or more, but me personally, I'm leaning more towards it being over $500 because I think they want to be competitive with Xbox, but at the same time make a good profit like most companies do. So that's basically everything we know about the new PlayStation handheld. I did leave a few things out, but they're really not that important to the video, and honestly some of the information out there is very far-fetched. So I just want to give my thoughts on it real quick, my hopes for it, and honestly just my unfiltered opinion about this new PlayStation handheld. So starting off, I think this is a really good idea on PlayStation's part. The PS Portal was super underwhelming and honestly super disappointing. I was a really big fan of the PSP. I didn't actually own a PS Vita, but I did play other people's. But this is going to be a really good thing if true. Now, I do have some problems. For one, will it just be a PS4 machine? Like, is it only going to play PS4 games and some PS5 games? Because the cool thing about the PSP is the fact that it had its own exclusives. Like, for example, the God of War PSP exclusives. That was a big reason why I got a PSP. And there's a bunch of other PSP exclusives, but that was a big selling point for not only me, but other people as well. So if it does only have, if it is only a machine to play PS4 games away from the PS4, PS5, it is going to take away from it a little bit. And my other wish for this new PlayStation handheld is to have Steam as a native application on the handheld, because that would be really fire to have. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this new PlayStation handheld, and until next time, peace.